China has humiliated Biden in every way imaginable. First, with their COVID cover-up.
Shifting blame will only cause needless delay in response and distract us from the overall objective. China is a country that delivers on its promises.
Then, with their treatment of our Secretary of State in Alaska.
The United States does not have the qualification to say that it wants to speak to China from a position of strength, that there are many problems within the United States regarding human rights, which is admitted by the U.S. itself as well. The challenges facing the United States in human rights are deep-seated.
Ooh, Tony had to change his depends there. And then with their ongoing support of Russia in the midst of the war in Ukraine. And of course, with the recent spy balloon saga.
中方已经多次说明情况，阐明立场。美国国会的有关决议案纯属政治操弄和炒作，中方对此强烈不满，坚决反对。
She's creepy. And Biden's answer to all this? Thank you, President Xi. May I have another? Well, today our president made it clear to China that they can literally do almost anything to us, and it will not derail his overriding desire to get closer to the CCP.
We are going to keep our allies and the Congress contemporaneously informed of all we know and all we learn. And I expect to be speaking with President Xi, and I hope we are going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, definitely sounds vigorous there. This is pathetic. The more Biden grovels, the more he shows weakness, the higher the price China will make our country pay to stay in their good graces. China doesn't want to be our partner or even our competitor. China wants to be our master. This White House, though, would rather negotiate with President Xi than negotiate with Kevin McCarthy. On the debt ceiling, the White House says no negotiation, no strings attached. The debt ceiling has to be raised. But they'll bend over backwards to accommodate China's concerns and interests on almost any issue. So how sick and twisted is this? Meanwhile, Biden tries to peddle more incredible excuses. My friends, these guys in the administration are either incompetent, corrupt, or both. Biden needs to do something drastic to regain even a shred of credibility. You know it's bad when even Mitch McConnell is disturbed by what he's hearing behind closed doors.
We've been in these briefings, as you suggest, but they don't seem to know anything. I've never been in briefings where I learned so little.
Only because they're under intense political pressure did the White House decide to finally send Biden out to address the nation today.
We don't yet know exactly what these three objects were, but nothing right now suggests they were related to China's spy balloon program or that they were surveillance vehicles from any other country.
Now, it might be the case, but why should anyone reflexively believe any of this? Look, Americans aren't stupid. They don't know what the other objects were. They say that. But they can definitely say they're not Chinese. What, because the Chinese tell us so? At the State Department and the Pentagon, the mood is to accommodate. Don't antagonize China. They want a relationship back on track with China, no matter what. If it weren't for the political firestorm at home, Blinken would never have postponed his trip to China. Never. Biden's running on the same playbook that the China lobby has used for over 2 decades now. Keep downplaying the threats and risks from the CCP. Keep the business going. The longer Biden keeps carrying the water for the CCP, the stronger China is going to get, and the stronger the populists are going to be here at home. President Biden took an oath to uphold the Constitution. His first and greater duty and loyalty has to be to our interests and our flag, not to fret about world harmony.
My Secretary of State will lead an effort to help establish common global norms in this largely unregulated space. These steps will lead to safer and more secure skies for our air travelers, our military, our scientists, and for people on the ground as well.
Anytime Biden tries to justify the unjustifiable, he invokes the need to satisfy a global order, in this case, global norms. Now, whether it's his vendetta against fossil fuels or a proxy war in Ukraine, The sacrifice Americans are asked to make is for the benefit of the international community. It's never for the benefit of the people around them in their own neighborhoods. We don't need global rules in order to stop other countries from flying spy aircraft overhead. We need smart, strong leadership, starting at the top. So here's my message to Biden. Stop trying to be China's friend. Start trying to be America's friend. Then maybe the people you're supposed to be looking out for will actually give you the benefit of the doubt when the you-know-what hits the fan.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.